In this video, we will be building the ultimate gaming machine. Not only will this computer meet the demands of the hardcore gamer who wants the best in graphics and performance, but it's also for video editors, Photoshop editors, graphic artists, and just about anyone who's hungry for speed, performance, power, and the beautiful RGB aesthetics. Let me take you inside to go over the components that will be part of this build, and I will see you. For this build, we will be using the Asus Maximus 9 Hero. It's a high-end motherboard, tons of features, high performance with RGB effects all in one board. For the CPU, we will be using the latest and greatest Intel i7 7700K Kaby Lake processor. It's an LGA 1151 socket that can be overclocked up to 5 GHz. As for the graphics card, and we have one heck of a graphics card here. It's the Asus Strix 1080 Ti with 11 GB VRAM. Of course, it's VR ready. It features super quiet fans that runs 30% cooler and overclockable to a little over 2000 MHz. Here we have the Samsung Evo 960, 500 GB NVMe M.2 internal SSD with sequential read speeds up to 3200 megabytes per second and write speeds up to 1900 megabytes per second. 3200 megabytes per second is a lot. A regular mechanical hard drive can read 90 megabytes per second on average. A SATA 3 SSD drive that people swear by can read up to 550 megabytes per second. This is 3200 megabytes per second. Awesome. As for the power supply, we will be using the Thermaltake Tough Power Grand RGB 750 watts 80 plus gold 256 color RGB fan, fully modular power supply with 10 years warranty. It's ultra quiet fan with zero noise when operating below 20% workload. The power supply uses high-quality Japanese capacitors, which greatly improves reliability, stability, and durability. As for the water cooling system, we will be using the Thermaltake Flux 360. It features a high-performance copper water block, pumped radiator, and addressable LEDs up to 16.8 million colors. Lights and effects for the fans and water block are individually controllable via the RGB Plus Ring software. Moving along. As for the RAM, we will be using the awesome G-Skill Trident Z RGB series 16 gigs DDR4 with 3200 MHz speed. RGB aesthetics on this is just beautiful and syncs along with all other Asus components inside the build. Lastly, we have the beautiful Thermaltake P3 Mid-Tower ATX case. It's fully modular tower, open concept with panoramic views to showcase all the components and RGB lightings that will go inside. We do have the 2 terabyte mechanical hard drive that will mainly be used for our media storage. And we have our custom sleeve power supply cables to make things look nice and tidy inside the case. And of course, we can't forget the sleeve cable combs. I believe we covered everything. All the components mentioned here will be posted down in the description. So without further ado, let's get started with the build.